Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of Card Sharks here on the channel. I'm glad to be with us once again. Jose became our overall grand champion last time, he won $3,200 in the last match. Excuse me. How are you doing, Jose?
I'm doing fine, Mark. I'm excited for this.
I bet you are. I started to say that you won $14,500 last game, but that's your two-day total is $14,500. Alex Hool is your opponent today. How are you, sir?
Great.
Alright. Now, Alex, you've played Card Sharks before, so you know how it works, correct?
Yes, I do.
Alright, then let's get right into this match, shall we?
Good luck, Alex.
Alright. Of course, the first one of you to win 2 games out of 3 goes to the money cards for a chance at $32,000 and a brand new automobile. So we wish both of you the best of luck. And the first question goes to Jose. I'll quickly remind both players before I read this for Jose that 5 wins will get you an automatic victory. It will get you an automatic spot in the TOC. You also retire at that point. Alright, so again, good luck to both Jose and Alex. Now, Jose, this first one's for you. It's an audience poll question. We have 10 male fashion models down there in contestants' row. Pardon me. This is what happens when I talk too fast and I say contestants' row instead of contestants' row. Jose, your role is to tell me how many of these 10 male fashion models said that they ever wear makeup on their face when they're not working.
Oh boy, that's tough call here. I'm gonna say 4 of them.
4 of them. Now, personally, if it were me, I would guess lower, mainly because of the fact that makeup's more of a women thing. But I'm not the one that's playing. It's Alex who is, and I will ask him if the answer is higher or lower than 4.
Four is kind of I'm just gonna go against the odds and say a little bit lower.
Agreeing with me on my own personal opinion. Because, again, like I said, makeup, more of a women's thing. I know I wouldn't be wearing it. Anyway, the actual number of these male fashion models who said they wear makeup on their face when they're not working is none of them. Yeah, none of them.
I guess I'm not really that shocked.
Well, that does not surprise me in the least. I will say that much. Alex, you're at the board first. You can play the 6 or change it.
I did not like, so let's change it.
Alright, let's do that. The 6 is now a 9.
Okay, let's go low.
Lower than the 9. It's a 7.
Well, I don't want to take a chance, so let's freeze right there on the 7.
Alright, we're going to freeze right there, preventing Jose from playing his card. And Alex, you get the next question here. Alright, Alex, we surveyed 100 male millionaires on this one. We asked them if a person can simply have too much money for their own good. How many of them said that they can have too much money for their own good?
That is. I would say about 34.
34. 34 out of 100. Jose, higher or lower than 34?
I'm gonna go just a little higher than that.
A little bit higher than 34. Alright, actual number of male millionaires who said a person can have too much money for their own good is... Oh, God. It's roughly double, but it's also that number.
Oh my god.
I know, right?
Politicians?
I don't know. But I know Jose gets to play his cards for the first time, and you've got a 5.
Fairly good card. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna go higher.
Alright, higher than the 5. It's a king.
A Another good card. We're gonna keep going. I'm gonna say lower than the king.
Lower than the king. An 8.
And we are freezing.
Alright, that'll put you 2 cards away from winning the first game of this match. And alright, question number 3 coming up. It is for our champion Jose. Alright, we surveyed 100 school bus drivers. We asked them if there's one child they hate seeing on their bus each morning. How many of them said that there's one child they hate seeing on their bus each morning?
I'm someone who never rode the bus as a kid, but I do know that seeing other people down the bus, some people aren't that very excited about getting on their way to school and on their way to their house. So I'm going to say 65 of them said that.
65 of them. Yeah, I rode the bus a lot when I was a kid, and I know one type of kid I would never want to see on the bus would probably be whoever the bully is. Alex, higher or lower than 65?
I'm gonna say the number's lower.
Alright, he's gonna go lower. Actual number of school bus drivers who said that there's one child they hate seeing on their bus every morning is 66. It's a bit higher. Alright, Jose coming so close to an exact guess, and you can play the 8 or change it.
Well, either way, I may be off by one, but I got control, and that's what matters. I'm changing the 8.
Alright, we're going to change the 8. It is now a 6.
A little better. We're going higher.
Higher than the 6. It's a jack.
Mark,
We're going all the way.
Lower. Battery for my remote control?
No, I don't. Alright, he says lower, and if it's lower, you'll win the first game. It's a 5. Jose gets the first game.
That was nerve-wracking.
Alright, so Jose picks up the first $100 of this game. And Alex, you've got to win this next one to force a tiebreaker. And the good news for you, Alex, is that you get to start off our second game.
Now you know why John is not allowed to mess up my TV in the first place.
Yeah, I see that. Alright, Alex, we start off in round 2 with this. We surveyed 100 single women. We've asked them if they've been so angry at a man that they tore up his picture. How many of them said they've been so angry at a man that they tore up his picture?
Wow.
I mean, I know it says photograph on the text, but it's the same thing, pretty much.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to say about 52.
52, so roughly around the middle. Jose, higher or lower than 52?
I'm gonna go just a little bit higher. Taking a risk here.
Alright, he's going to go a bit higher than that. Actual number of single women who said they've been so angry at a man that they tore up his picture is 47. It's lower. Alright, Alex, you went to the board first in game 1. It didn't quite work out for you. Maybe you'll have better luck here in game 2, because you're going to the board first again, and you have an 8, which you can change if you wish.
That's what I'm going to do. Change it.
Alright, the 8 is now a 5.
That's better. Let's go higher.
Alright, higher than the 5. It's a 9.
I'll freeze right there.
Alright. Preventing Jose from getting to his cards on this one. On that one. Speaking of Jose, he's going to get our next question here. We surveyed 100 female top business executives. We asked them if they've had to fire a man because he couldn't take orders from a woman. How many of them said that they've had to fire a man because he just couldn't take orders from a woman?
Another tough call here. But these are female bosses we're talking about. I'm thinking men would give women the respect that they deserve. But to fire a fireman because he couldn't take orders from a woman. I'm going to say I'm going to go down the middle and say 50.
50. Alright, Alex, before I ask for your guess, I'm going to point out something very important. This doesn't have an impact on the game, but I do want to point this out for our home audience just to clarify something for them. As you can, those of you who are watching at home, you can probably see in the text we have a /, a dash, and a capital E before the T there in couldn't. That's not how it's supposed to be spelled, but again, it's one of the glitches that's in this software, and I have no control over that. So, with that, again, not that it affects the game in any way, but whoever wrote that obviously didn't spell check properly. I'm not going to say any names, though. Alright, Alex, higher or lower than 50?
I'm gonna say lower than 50.
Alright, he's going to go lower. Actual number of female top business executives who said they had to fire a man because they just couldn't take orders from a woman is 9 of them.
Wow, I was not thinking at all.
Yeah, well down near the bottom of the totem pole. Alright, Alex, you can change the 9 or play it.
Change it, please.
Alright, we're going to change that 9. It is now a 3, a much better card.
That's better. Higher.
Higher than the 3. A 5.
Higher.
Higher than the 5. A king.
Lower.
To tie the game. Lower than the king. No! Wow. Bad luck there on that one. I'm sorry. Jose, a free shot for you with a 5.
Before I make my pick, Alex, I'm just going to say that really smart for you. That really hurt.
Yeah, but again, it's part of the game. It happens.
Alright, we're gonna go higher.
Higher than the 5. A deuce! Alright, well, at least for Jose, we only have to fill in 1 space. For Alex, we have to fill in 3 spaces. And speaking of Alex, it is your turn, sir. At least in terms of giving a numerical guess for the question. It involves 100 British aristocrats. We asked them if they would sell their title for $1 million if they could. How many of them said they would do it?
I will say about 40 of them. 40.
40 of them. Jose, higher or lower than 40?
Gonna go with the odds just a little bit higher.
Higher than 40. Actual number of these British aristocrats who said they'd sell their title for $1 million if they could is 20 of them.
What?
Yeah, half of what Alex said. Alright, Alex, you're back to the board. A very favorable base card here with a 3, and I think you're going to want to keep that.
Yeah, let's go higher.
Alright, higher than the 3. A queen. Lower than the queen. A 6. Once again, 1 card away.
I'm not gonna make the same mistake like last time. Freeze right there on the 6.
Alright, that'll make sure that you stay 1 card away this time. And let's see, we go to Jose on this next one, and it's actually the last question for this round. So one of you has to win on this play of the cards. Now this is very important for both of you because Alex needs this game win to tie up the match. Jose needs it to remain champion. And we have an educated guess question for you, Jose. In miles per hour, how fast can a house cat run?
This is still out of 100.
It can actually be any number.
Okay.
But in this particular case, it would really depend on how big or small the cat is. Because generally, the rule of thumb is the bigger the size, the slower they're going to run.
Alright. These are house cats we're talking about here. I'm going to say 30.
Alright, 30, he says. Alright, 30 miles per hour. Alex, higher or lower than that?
I'm going to say lower.
Gonna go lower than 30, alright. Alright, in miles per hour, a house cat can run 30! Jose got it exactly right! Wow.
Well, I was one of before, and now I finally nailed it.
Yep. Now, Jose, you have a decision to make. You can play the 5 or change it, knowing that you have to turn over all 4 cards. One incorrect call on the way will give the game to Alex, and you'll play a sudden death round to determine the winner. However, you can pass to Alex, who only has 1 card to flip over, but if he calls it wrong, you would be the winner and go to the money cards. So, what do you want to do?
This would be a perfect situation for us, but I'm going to play myself, and I'm going to keep the 5 and go higher.
Alright, he's keeping the 5 and he's going higher. Now remember that in sudden death you cannot freeze. You have to go all the way. Higher than the 5.
Right.
No! It's a push and Alex ties it! Wow! Alright, so Jose and Alex both have 1 win apiece, and we are going to go to a tiebreaker. Alright, 3 cards for both of you in this one, and a maximum of 3 questions, the first of which is going to go to Alex here in this 3rd and final round. Alright, so Alex, we start with you on this one.
Right.
Alright, we surveyed 100 fashion models, and it's just regular fashion models. We asked them if they've ever been in love with a man who didn't love them back. How many said they've been in love with a man who didn't love them back?
I will say about 38 of them.
38. Alright, Jose, higher or lower than 38?
Just a little higher.
Gonna go higher than that. Actual number of fashion models who said they've been in love with a man who didn't love them back is 64.
Whoa.
Alright. So Jose's the one who gets to go to the board first this time around. And you've got a 10.
This is a tough one. I'm going to take a risk and change it, hoping I get a better one.
Gonna change the 10. Okay. Let's see what comes out of this. Whoa! Newsflash, you've got one of the best cards possible.
Well, worst case scenario, I've got a great base card to go back to, so we are going lower.
Lower than the ace. A free.
We're going higher.
This is to remain champion, higher than the free. It's an ace. Jose is still the champ. Alright, I will talk with you in just a moment. Alex, you put up a great game. Did you have fun with us?
I did.
Alright, well we got $100 for you as well as a copy of our home game. A big hand for Alex Toole, everyone.
Yeah, great game, Alex. You did a good job.
Alright. We'll have you back on our show in the near future. Jose, 3rd time here at the Money Cards. Alright. Now, the last time you were at the end, the last 2 times you've been at the end game, you were unsuccessful in winning the car. But you know what they say, the 3rd time is the charm.
Yes, it is. Let's
Alright. Well, before we get to that, though, you can try and win some additional money on the board here. So, and of course, you know you can change one card per line. Minimum bets, of course, are $50, so you can get to the big bet where you have to risk at least half the money. And you get one joker for winning the match, so that'll give you at least one chance of winning the car. And again, we'll get to that in a couple of minutes or so. But first, we want to wish you the best of luck on this money cards. $200 in new money to bet with, and the best of luck to you as we start things off with a 7.
Well, right off the bat, I want to change it.
Alright.
We're going to go for 2.
Gonna change with number 2. Alright, that 7 is now a 10.
Well, a little better. We're playing it safe. We're only going to bet $50. But the next card's lower than the 10.
Alright, going the minimum lower than the 10. No, it's an ace. You were wise to bet the minimum, but now you've got a very good card here.
Might as well bet it all.
Yeah, may as well. You can't lose on this. Lower than the ace. It's a 9. You're at $300.
Well, I've already used my chance. I'm going to play. We're going to go $50 again. And we're going to go with the odds and say lower.
50 minimum bet lower than the 9. No, a king. But we're going to move that up to the next row and give you another $400, bringing you up to $650. You have a very good card.
Alright, we're going to play conservatively here. We're only going to bet 500 that the next card's lower than the king.
Alright, $500 lower than the king. It's a 9. $11.50 now.
Alright, we're going to use the second change, and we're going to go number 1.
Alright. Numero uno. Alright, let's see what we have for you now. The 9 is... It's a 6.
Well, it's a little bit of an improvement. Alright, we're going to go 150. That the next card is higher than the 6.
Alright. $1.50 higher than the 6. An ace! $1,300.
We're betting it all that the next card is lower.
Well, I would think so. All $1,300 lower than the ace. A 4. Let's move that up to the big bet. $2,600 in your bank. You have to risk at least half of it, which in this case is $1,300. You still have one change left, but the 4 is a pretty good card, so you might want to keep that. I'm
going to take your advice this time around, because the main game I wasn't so confident when I decided to change that. So this time around we're keeping it, and we're going to bet 2,000 that the next card is higher.
Alright, $4,600 total for you. If this one next card is higher. No! So that leaves you with $600, but you can win a lot more than that as we send you over to the cardboard. And so let's go ahead and take a look at the kind of card that you can win. First, there's the 7 numbered cards. Now, we'll tell you what kind of car you can win. Let's find out about it. A Nissan Rogue SV 4-wheel drive. And that car's worth $25,033. Yeah, by the way, you picked up $500. You picked up a $500 bonus for getting that exact question during the main game. I should point out. So, let's see. 700 plus 600. That's 1,300 that you have at this point, but we'd love for you to add to that with the car. Where do you think it is?
Well, my first time around it was behind number 7. The second time around it was behind number 3. So I'm going to go with number 5.
He's going to try number 5 this time. Alright, best of luck, Jose. Let's see a winner. We don't got it. Alright.
Number 4?
Clear at number 1.
Was the other number that wasn't yet?
Well, Jose, $1,300 is a bit of a modest total, but it is enough to keep your championship going, and you now have a 3-day total of $15,800.
Yeah, at least I'm still a champion.
That is true. You can get up here as much as 2 more times before we have to say goodbye to you. And we already have an opponent lined up for you in the next match, believe it or not.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you are going to be facing off, and we actually discussed this before the show. You're going to be facing off against TomMan256, I believe is his Discord name. And I believe his actual name is Casey, is that right?
That is correct.
Alright, so Casey, you're going to be facing off against Jose in our next Card Sharks match, but that's going to have to wait for another time because we don't have any time left for this one. We'll see you soon for more Card Sharks. Goodbye, everybody.